Part 2 of a weekend in Copenhagen during a hurricane. We left off where I was sitting in the nice, warm, and cozy coffee shop, but at some point I did have to leave, so I trekked all the way to the thrift store. On the way, I realized that the Danish are like really obsessed with 7-Elevens for some reason, but a mile or so later, I finally made it to the secondhand store. Copenhagen has some amazing thrift shops and amazing vintage places, so if you ever visit, make sure that you do shop. This didn't have as much vintage, it was a traditional thrift store, but the prices were really good, so it felt like a hidden gem. Next, since the touristy stuff was nearby, I decided to go over and take some photos, but at this point, I was honestly soaked through and kind of ready to go home, but I did find this building with these vines turning red, and that was really pretty. I gave up sightseeing and I went to the mall, and at this point all I had was some bread and pastries, so when I saw McDonald's I knew I needed some warm American comfort food. Also, they have like a whole knit cafe that was kind of cute. Lunch was secured and I hung out in the mall till I felt dry again, and then to my surprise, when I went back outside it had finally stopped raining. A lot of the stores had closed at this point, but I did enjoy my autumn walk, and then I came across a place that I heard had really good matcha, so I decided to try it out. The matcha was worth the hype, and I sat and people watched a little bit before heading on my walk to dinner. It was so nice to walk without being pelted by rain, and the fall scenery was just so beautiful. I was meeting a friend from college for dinner, and we ate at this restaurant here. It was so cool. The napkins and the silverware were like in the table. We tried a ton of the different dishes. The pasta was absolutely amazing. It was so nice getting to catch up with an old friend who also lives abroad. From there, I headed back to my hotel because I had an early morning flight, and I landed in a very sunny London. At this point, I was exhausted and I was so ready to be home, but I made a mistake and got on the Piccadilly line instead of the Lizzie line. It literally kept breaking down. We had to switch platforms like 4 times, to the point that I just got off and decided to take a bus. And alas, after 3 hours and 46 bus stops, I finally made it home, and that was my weekend in Copenhagen.